Chapter 7. Excited to be myself again, I bought with my own money a lovely, clinging red dress I was dying to wear to meet the man I loved, not as Rebecca but as Alex. I paired it with black pumps and a black belt. I called Joshua and he agreed to take me in his company car to San Francisco's downtown area. The restaurant was located in one of Blackstone's hotels. How convenient. "Alex, you look gorgeous," Joshua said, taking my hand, turning me in circles and peering at me like a potential pervert, and by the way he surveyed my ass, he probably had a fetish working somewhere. "You're just saying that, Joshua, because you want to get into my panties." "Not so." "Well, maybe. I just love you for yourself and because you've been a friend." "Oh, how sweet," I gave him a kiss on his cheek. He stopped in front of a glass building with LED lighting beaming Blackstone Omni Hotel. Impressive. The first thing crossing my mind, Max never brought Rebecca here. Maybe he's ashamed of Rebecca. Maybe he wants to keep that life with her a secret. If that's the case, I will never have that man, especially if I keep up this charade. Wasn't the main idea to exact revenge? I asked myself. Now I'm becoming ambitious. I'm thinking of having him to myself. As Rebecca or Alex? I questioned. Does it matter? I couldn't answer that now because I didn't know the answer. All my thoughts were ghosts that haunted me as I sashayed into the hotel, not knowing what to expect. I entered the restaurant, and a young woman dressed in a black suit led me into a private room with large booths and tables. "Mr. Blackstone will be here shortly. Will you have a booth or table?" "A booth would be nice." She held out her hand and I sat in a small private booth. "Can I bring you a drink?" "No thank you, not at this time." No sooner had I sat when in walked my Mr. Black. He strutted wearing a dark suit and white shirt, and lately hair on his face that made him look incredible and sensuous. It appeared he took off his tie and was ready to relax. "Alex." Shocked that he remembered my name, "You remember me." "I will never forget you, Ms. Bishop," he murmured. "Where did you go and why did you take yourself from me when I loved you from the time I met you? I still think of you and now you're here. It is fortuitous." He sat close to me and reached for my hand, peering into my eyes, searching for something, and then kissed my hand. "Why are you looking at me like that?" I said with a crack in my voice and trying to still my trembling hands. "You look beautiful in that color. It's exciting and seductive. You remind me of someone, but she's nothing like you. You know that you have stolen my heart and made me a wreck for years. How long has it been?" 3 years, you beautiful fuck. 3 years I have been suffering. For 3 years I have wanted to hear you tell me that you love me, my thoughts shouted. What have you been doing in that time? Having your baby, fucking you, and loving you, my thoughts interrupted. And what are you doing here? Getting my revenge, you beautiful, sexy, intriguing man. I enrolled in graduate school, then dropped out when I found a position at a hospital in the Bay Area. Why don't you work for me at one of my hotels? I hired a friend of yours from Montana. Yes. I know. I ran into Joshua in a restaurant one day. I paused, searching his eyes. I was your employee once, and it didn't work out. Because you disappeared before I could. Call me and explain why after you fucked me, you never called. Yes, but you had resigned. I put resources to find you, but you dropped off the grid. After clearing the air, we laughed, we ordered food, and we drank a lot of wine. I want you to know where I live when I'm in San Francisco, he said. I felt lucky that he wanted to show Alex his home and not Rebecca. He took my hand, his staff and guests looked on in awe and envy as we strolled hand in hand to a private elevator. Putting in the key, he never released my hand. The elevator headed straight up to the presidential suite. His eyes never left me. He was a perfect gentleman, not the hot horny fuck I had just left, who can't keep his hands off my pussy and his dick out of my ass. He was as much a chameleon as I am. He was a different man with Alex, and different with Rebecca. With Alex, he was soft and vulnerable, but with Rebecca, he was tough and domineering. He has a dual personality, that's probably why he needed two women. I am his one woman with a dual persona. We are made for each other. The suite with exquisite contemporary furnishings and abstract paintings housed 3 large bedrooms and baths, with killer views of San Francisco Bay and the Golden Gate Bridge. One bedroom belonged to his butler, and the largest was where he slept when he could sleep, which wasn't much. I suddenly became nervous. I didn't want to repeat the last mistake I made with him. He still didn't discuss Rebecca, so I decided to bring up the subject. Do you have a special someone waiting for the incredible Mr. Blackstone? I questioned and searched eyes. No one you have to worry about. He sounds so definite that I thought maybe I should worry. Mr. Blackstone? Call me Max, I want to marry you, he blurted out. Marry me, you have seen me only twice in your life, I said in shock. I feel that we have never been apart from each other. We haven't been apart, you sensuous fuck, love of my life, man of my dreams. Your dick has been in my mouth, and your gorgeous face and body have been in dreams from the moment I met you. Before I answer you, you need to get rid of your attachments. And we have plenty to discuss. If by tomorrow you still want to marry me, call me. Here's my card. I dropped the newly minted card on the table. I should be going, I said coldly. He watched me surprised, not knowing what to say, then tilting his head. I'll see you out and my driver will take you home. No, I can manage. I haven't given you my answer yet. For now, I'm an independent woman, and I need time to think about you and your offer. He held me around the waist. One more question, I was the first. Has another man tasted that sweet pussy and gotten close to that sweet ass? Turning facing him, you know everything about me, don't you know whether I have had other men? You knew I was a virgin, don't you know who I'm sleeping with now? Or are you too preoccupied to bother? I gave him a wink and a sweet smile. He followed me. You're exasperating. I wish I could put you over my knee and spank you.